Warning: this video may contain vulgar language and adult content. If you are easily offended or are susceptible to events pertaining to death, gore, family troubles, or other potential threats, then know that viewer discretion is advised. Please be safe when viewing and stop the video if you need to. Safety is far more important to us than entertainment, so please enjoy your time here with us as we explore this fantasy world.
So
I have not chugged my potion. I'm considering it.
okay, David, you're now back in front of the cauldron, your lukewarm soup in hand.
Well, I want
Eat some
hot soup.
See if you can. Yeah, I was gonna say, see if you can gain some health from the soup.
You're not there.
It's soup.
Eat.
It's soup.
Well,
That was
no,
my favorite
what if
video
I get
Pat Trust sent
poisoned?
me from high school. Oh my god.
I don't want to eat random things. I'll just pour it out on the ground because I want hot soup.
Okay. When you pour it out, it's almost like sludge now, since as you're pouring it, they're freezing in midair, so when it collides with the ground, it actually creates like a solidified soup surface.
Huh. I'd put more soup in there.
Alright, yeah, you swish in some more hot soup.
And then I very quickly, because I don't want to die from the cold so quickly, I bring it over to the lukewarm one, and I put it in there.
Put it in the lukewarm water?
Yes.
When you pour it in, you can start to see the lukewarm soup, or the lukewarm water, and then the soup start to meld together and start to spin faster and faster. The coloration of the red mixed with the coloration of the soup begins to distort, and you almost see it just start to spin faster and faster and faster until it's creating this sphere of space. Directly at the bottom of it, you see a glisten.
So the key is in there. How do I get it out then? Oh, I could just take buckets and bucket it out, huh?
I think I should
But it's
do that
cold
next
here.
probably.
Patrick did.
Wait, how deep is it? Could I reasonably reach in?
You could reasonably reach in. You're gonna lean in a bit though.
And that'll be what, dexterity?
You have the chance of possibly falling in. It would be.
Well, I mean, but if it's not that deep.
It's not deep, no. It's just that you'd risk falling in.
Let's see.
It would be, it would effectively be a dex check to see if you can reach and grab it.
Yes, my dex is very low now. Half of what it once was. Wait, hold on, I have the Joker. Hold on. This is very important. I'm gonna make a dex check. D3, what the fuck is that? Why am I like this? Okay. Hold on, oh wait, the Joker... I can make the Joker... Oh wait, hold on, what does the Jack do?
Jack forces a reroll on another target. You can make it a queen and reroll.
Yeah, and have...
And basically have advantage on your roll.
Alright, then I'll use my queen and I'll have advantage on my roll.
Alright, roll again.
Watch this be 100. Watch this be a crit fail.
I mean, so 63 is your number.
Yeah, and... yeah, I die, I guess. I fall in and I die.
Okay, so what happens is you reach in, and right as you're about to grab at it, there's almost this surge of, a pull from the spinning water, and you just fall face first into it, just poof, and the water splashes all around you. You grab the key, you're just drenched in this red surfaced, slightly discolored, soupy water. And when you grab at it, you grab the key, and the water's not hurting you, so easily enough you climb out, but you quickly realize that now that you're soaked, the cold is vicious to you.
David.
But you've got a key in your hand.
It's the... Okay. Yeah, I run.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
running,
freezing.
you just sprint out with your
so.
shoes completely drenched, your clothes soaking and sticking to your body. Put it in with your hand shaking from the cold. It opens up. The cold
Go,
energy
go.
still remaining as it opens upwards out into a bit of the hallway, into this
What?
coloration
The fuck is
of
that?
rocky texture, almost like you're entering what looks to be like an alcove of a cave.
It's like a penis.
I go in. I'm so cold.
The cold
It's
heat,
hot.
the cold is still emanating all around here.
Mm-hmm. I walk. I assume I don't like trip on something and I die.
No, but when you get to there, there's something that's blocking. There's a slight passage that you have to crawl under, and above that crawl passage is this thick rib cage of something massive.
Can I thinky think that?
Yeah, you can brain power check it.
66. Brain power is 70. Do I have a 9? Oh, shit, I forgot to draw my last card. Let be a 9, be a 9. Shit, 7. Yeah, whatever. Oh,
66
crit it.
still pass.
Yeah.
You know that whatever this is, it was reptilian, like a snake, because it's lengthy and it has thick rib cages,
Oh, but it's a skeleton.
but it's a skeleton.
Ooh, all.
You don't see anything else apart. It looks like the rib cage is like encapsulating rock.
I guess I keep going.
Okay. Crawling under, getting on your hands and knees. You can still feel the cold as you're brushing up. Dirt smudging up and down all over you. By this point as well, when you're kind of crawling out, that cold, you can feel your breath, and especially now due to your cold clothing,
Yeah.
the heat is extremely painful. You do suffer 10 points of physical damage now.
Okay. Alright,
How do we
I keep
die
going.
again in this game?
If any of your physical stats hit 0.
Okay. I keep going.
Okay. As you get up to this point, you can see once again that rib cage is lengthening outwards. It's actually getting wider as you get out. When you get to there, you hear on the other side a voice.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, tie the noose. 3, 4, slam the door. 5, 6, break their bones like sticks. 7, 8, they're gonna be late. 9, 10, they'll be dead by then. 11, 12, welcome to hell. 13, 14, the devil is sorting the 15 souls he wants.
I don't know what the fuck that means. Yeah, I know, right? And do I see anything, or is this the end of the path?
You have to crawl yet again.
Can I drink my potion? The orange one?
The orange
See
one?
what happens?
Sure.
Yeah, well, hold on. Can I crawl out of here first and then drink the potion?
Drinking the orange one?
Yes.
Okay. As you start drinking it, it's fizzy. When it goes down, you can actually kind of feel it fizzing up inside your stomach. It's a little bit weird. You're feeling some intense heat. It's getting pretty warm. Then it's pretty calm. And the cold doesn't bother you.
Cold never bothered me anyway.
You feel almost
Fucking knew it.
blessed. Like this layer of luck is on you. Right now, your luck stat is at 70.
Hell yeah. Hold
Oh,
on,
you
money.
drink a lucky potion.
Yay.
Solid, because you're gonna die.
Wait, so I'm warm now. Am I still...
You're
I
still
feel warm,
injured,
do I feel
but
cold again?
You're not cold. You feel like with that bubbling sensation, your body is relatively staying cold or staying warm.
Okay, I go back, and I keep going.
Okay.
I should have drank the potion before. I knew it.
But yeah, now that you're up to this point, you start to hear him once again. This time he's like halfway through. He just seems to be repeating it over and over and over again. What are you doing?
Crawling through, right? That's what I need to do.
Okay. As you're about to crawl through, let's switch over to the other pair.
I still don't know what. I don't
So-
know what to do
Well,
either.
it's cold as fuck in my room. I gotta close my window. Hold on.
Oh man, weird. Are you also crawling in dirt? Did you just dive into a sphere with a cauldron?
Oh, that's neat.
What are the two of you doing? Are you lighting it or are you not?
Let's play rock, paper, scissors. I'll be light. You'll be don't light.
And what should I be?
Just
Alright.
blissfully ignore her again. So 1, 2, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah.
Man,
Okay.
the delay with Discord, this is not gonna work.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Scissors.
Just do it off camera and then you shoot. Okay, ready? Go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. Well,
Oh, okay.
Try that again. Okay.
rock.
You know what you guys
Paper,
could do? You could roll
scissors.
percentage dice. You
Right.
Oh,
have
that's a
numerical
better-
value
okay.
dice right in front
If
of
it's
you.
above,
Boo.
if it's
That was
above
fun.
50, rock, paper, scissors was more character development.
Fair enough. Sure, go ahead. Continue on with your
Well,
lag.
Wait, hold on.
Discord
Roll
rock,
for
paper,
your
scissors.
rock, paper, scissors duel. 1 and 2, 33 is rock. 34 through 66 is paper. And 67 through 100 is scissors.
So 0
What
through
do I do?
33 is rock.
Rock, and,
No,
rock,
I'm
and then paper, and then scissors. Okay. Alright.
I'm sorry, Tyler.
Alright, I got it. I got mine.
Okay. I've got paper.
Scissors. So we light the fire.
We light the fire.
Throwing it onto it. Well, not throwing, but lighting a part of it and then throwing that bit of parchment onto it. It engulfs, lights up in almost this like bluish flame. The moment that the ink on the written documents start to light, it engulfs in this bluish flame and begins to linger some.
I'm gonna poke the door.
I mean, it's in front of the door. You're gonna have to put your hand over the fire to get to the door.
Can you do
I'm
that for-
willing to take a little bit of heat to get to the door.
Okay. You do suffer 10 points of physical damage. As
To just hover my hand over a flame?
it's
Wait.
engulfing the flame, engulfing upwards.
Marshmallows
I was-
immediate.
I was thinking like a tiny bonfire.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
marshmallows immediately set on fire when you put them over a bonfire.
Also true, yeah. But that's sugar. That sugar burns away faster than like skin.
But they don't immediately
Exactly.
set on fire.
Exactly.
Look,
You could.
do you
it's
still want to
roasting.
do it because the fire is engulfing the door?
No, I thought it was like a little bonfire.
No. The moment that you lit it and threw it onto like the pile of papers and stuff that you made, the flames shot upwards.
Does it
Now
feel
I'm
warm?
really gonna die.
It does feel pretty warm.
Amelia,
Huh.
there's a second table in there.
Should we
Ram
do
the
a-
door?
break down
the
the
table?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. What is it? Where you
Battering
push-
ram.
Battering ram. Let's
Battering
battering
ram.
ram this bitch.
Yep.
Out
Because
of
that'll give us
curiosity.
distance from the flame, and if the door is now engulfed, we'll be able to break the door open.
In
If
theory.
we can. In theory, maybe not in practice, but we can try.
Yeah, let's battering ram.
All right. So pretend we go up, we grab another table, and we come down back to the door instead of going up in there. And yeah, skip
With
that.
that,
part.
we're gonna switch on over to David.
Oh
Out
my
of
god!
curiosity, can I roll
Yeah.
luck on my crystal working again?
No, luck is a
What?
deciding factor for a few things. Like, for instance, luck played a factor when you were stepping on top of the barrels to determine whether or not you were going to break them when you stood on them. It was a deciding factor on a few other things, too. One of which I cannot remember, but no.
Bro,
I
I need a strength potion if I don't want to die.
Well, crawling under, going into this other portion, you start to see a little bit of some light. You start to see what looks to be like a campfire lit with a little bit of some heat coming off.
Oh shit! Oh,
a large head of what looks to be a serpent just dangling upwards in the air, open maw. Dangling beneath it are a few bags with worn satchels along it. These don't catch your attention initially, though. What catches your attention is the smell. There's this burning meat lingering in the air.
What?
And as you look down into the fire, you can start to see piles of bones littering inside of the fire pit. Standing off to the side, looking down at the flames, you see this man with completely blue skin, like he's frostbitten all over his entire body, looking straight at the flames, singing the same song over and over again. And as you turn and fully see this, he looks straight at you.
Friendly? I asked.
Leans
Caution.
forwards, and when he leans forwards, his arms are kind of like lingering off to the side. And for a second, you see a knife brandished to the right of him.
The music buddy is gone.
Yep.
Can I? Hold on.
Son.
What did he
just
say?
Stands with the dagger, with this crude, rusting over, reddish crimson at the ends of it.
What did he say beforehand, Tyler?
How big is this guy? How big is he?
How big? He's relatively your build.
Okay.
He said the word food.
Food?
You keep cutting out, by the way.
Yeah.
Food.
Food. Okay. I mean, I got food for him. I turn and I go as fast as possible.
Okay. In that moment, as you two are starting to hit with the battering ram, you see the door. Right as you're about to hit it, it swings partially open.
Fuck.
You hit it, and it swings fully open. When the cold rush of air comes out, it blows air past you, and the fire completely diminishes, and you just start to hear, I would have warned you that was going to happen, but now we're where we are.
But she's muffled behind the thing. She can't see anything, can she?
She can hear
I
it, though.
don't need to see, I can hear.
Well, I don't really care. The door is now open, so
Yeah.
I run through.
Running through, it's freezing cold. The air that hits you in this eye that's staring straight at you, it blinks. And you just start to hear...
Before you run through, can we put the table down so that way the door can't slam on the table?
Oh yeah, let's put the table through the through in the doorway.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Dragging it through the doorway. As you, at this point, slide it to partition between the door and the where it would close, you can see the eye just staring at you, and it gives a blink, and you start to hear a little bit of some laughter coming from the general direction of where Madame Diken is.
This is it.
Just keep ignoring her. And just kind of go in with caution. Do I still have the torch with me, or did that torch just completely go up in flame?
No, you still have the torch with you.
Yeah, and I still have my lighter.
So I bring the torch with me, obviously, to give a little bit of heat as we can see how cold it is.
Stay right next to me this whole time.
Yep, pretty much.
Pretty much linking arms.
As you come down all the steps, that laughter just starts to get louder and louder. And it even turns into this odd sounding laugh. One that almost like rings out into the room itself.
Such a creep.
And the doors directly in front of you, behind the eye that's staring at you, swing open.
Directly in front of us?
Yep, swing open, and you can see the door over on the other end is open. David, as you crawl through, you can hear as the man is running towards you.
I have a question about the cavern. How big is the cavern?
Not pretty big.
Okay. I get to this area. I ready my grow big potion.
Okay.
It has a cap on it.
Yeah.
Hold on, this isn't a good area. I go forward a little bit. I throw it at him,
Okay.
and then I immediately run off.
Okay. Make a stability check for this one, because this is going to be withstanding the fear of this man brandishing a knife towards you, and you having the mental fortitude to release something from your hand at just the right time.
70 minus 60. 74. Well, I need minus 14.
Who's your Joker?
Yeah,
your
I'll
Joker?
use it as a... What does Jack do again?
Jack forces a reroll on someone else. Queen will will be able to reroll for you.
Give you advantage.
Yeah, gives you advantage.
Or you can't
This is, like always, this number is gonna be higher, and it's not gonna be what I want it to be. Yeah.
Well, what do you need to be less than?
Well, nobody
Or
can
you-
help him
oh.
because he's by
Well, I
himself.
know, but you could make it a number.
He would need it to be down by 14.
Oh.
Yeah.
11 would be the closest, and we're not nearby.
Yep.
So as you go,
As
to
I
throw
said,
it,
it becomes higher than it was before.
yes, unfortunately, as you throw it, there's that moment where there's that slight delay as he's coming out, and you can almost see his mouth foaming with this cold mist, like it's saliva that's freezing down the tips. And as you throw it, it collides with the wall itself next to him, and you can see the liquids oozing off the side as he's running towards you.
I'm still running. I didn't look where I threw it. I just because I was too
You're
scared.
still running. He's still chasing after you. Lilith and Amelia, you can see David sprinting towards that door. And right at this moment, door
I knew that was gonna
slammed
happen.
closed. And you just hear that
Asshole.
same laughter getting louder and louder.
We should run.
Fuck, the door didn't work. Or the table?
Is there a keyhole on my side?
Not your
No,
door.
we're fine.
Not your door.
David's
the door in
door.
front of David slammed closed.
Oh,
Is there a
shit.
keyhole on my side?
There is
Well,
not.
We're running.
What do you mean by we're running?
Can I hit it?
okay,
I'm
yep,
gonna start
yep.
running.
I hit it with the wrench. The door.
Oh,
Make a strength check.
this door up here. Okay. That's what you're saying.
Obviously, did not work at all. No. Yeah, no way.
All right. In
We're here.
David!
Who's
Help
banging on the
me!
door?
David,
I die. And my head gets grotesquely squished by this man.
David, roll a combat check.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna fail this. Hold on, I need to recalculate my combat.
Well, what's your strength and what's your dex?
Hold on,
Okay.
I wanna...
I also need to ask, can we help out in this situation, or is it because the door is
23.
closed we can't help out?
In this combat situation, you cannot.
Yeah, I roll way too big.
Well, I still have to roll combat myself. Okay. Amelia, Lilith, as the doors slam closed and you both run up to the door, you hear a sharp
Oh shit. That's me dying grotesquely. Holy shit. Can I scream dramatically?
yeah, because you suffer 30
Ah.
points of physical damage.
Ah, I'm dead! I'm super dead. I go to super hell now.
As you both run up to the door, and you hear this vicious sound, there's silence on the other side.
Amelia, no.
Waiting at the
In
other
this
end,
moment-
you see a small pool of crimson pouring underneath the door.
Fuck. Whoa.
I grab Amelia. I'm Amelia. I grab Lilith in fear, and I pull her to run towards the exit where we have that table sitting.
Yep, I agree.
I'm sure Lilith's in shock, so I'm just pulling her and running.
Okay. Grabbing.
Lilith has no problem with running with this.
As
She
you
knows
two are
exactly
running,
what's happening.
you can hear like a dragging sound from the other side of the door.
Now my corpse is being desecrated? What the fuck?
You're being
And we're gonna
eaten
run
alive.
all the way out.
Okay.
Well, he's not alive.
Yep.
Running all
Yep.
the way out, you skirt past the table that you left.
I'm gonna shut the door.
Pull,
Okay.
pull the table. Yep. Pull the table, close the door.
Well, that was quite gruesome.
I throw a vase at her out of pure anger.
It hits the table that you boarded it up
Right.
with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine. I don't think I'd ever hit her because I'd be too scared to.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't
dramatic.
hit her, obviously, but I let her know. But it's kind of a sign of fuck off, bitch, without actually saying anything.
Ooh, feisty.
I'm just
I don't
gonna
know
hug
if you'd
Lilith.
be that feisty if I were to tell you that now only one of you can leave. Enjoy deciding. And you hear
stupid.
footsteps walking away.
She walks away.
I'm just gonna hold Lilith.
What can we do at this point? She's gone, right? Like this bitch
Oh
is
yeah,
gone.
you peer,
Okay.
you move the table slightly. She's walked away. She's completely gone.
Her sprite isn't.
I know. I had to move her to a different layer so that way I can move her. So that way you don't know where she went.
Oh fuck!
That's what I did with the other man. Is I had him in a different layer so that way I could move him while you guys were doing things. That's why he was in the room before, not in the room now.
Gotcha.
Let's go to the
Okay.
apothecary.
Yep.
We're gonna go
Up
back
here.
to where Nemo is. Yeah.
Oh, where
Oh.
Nemo is. Okay. Yep.
The apothecary. Yeah, where he said we could maybe make holy water.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
As you make your way to that room, you're met with another rather unfortunate disturbance. As you enter, you can see she is there, standing up against the plant. The one that had pricked David earlier and given him that strange high. Now I know this was where you were going to come. When I said only one of you will be leaving, I did mean it. Your friend, family member, he took what you needed.
The crystal.
I don't refer to that. I refer to the very thing meant to create your holy water, was it?
When we get. Oh, he drank the orange potion.
I think it was my blood, actually.
the brush. Is she standing right in front of the bush?
She's standing right beside it.
Can I do anything as a ghost, or I just have to, like, fuck off? I can go do the laundry or something.
No, I'll get to that.
Yay!
Lilith just has pure anger in her eyes, but she doesn't say anything, obviously.
Does it look like there's any other plants in this room that are the same kind?
Apart from that one, no.
Can I play this card that I have in my hand right now?
To do what?
Bring me back to life.
Oh, is it a hero moment?
Yeah.
Well, what are you trying to succeed at?
I don't know. That's what I'm
Do you want to try and touch the plant? Because
What'd
I'm
you say?
concerned about touching the plant. And I want to touch the plant.
Yeah. But I'm afraid she's gonna do something. If I touch
Use
the
the
plant,
heroic
she's gonna...
moment.
But she's still gonna, like, eat my soul or something.
So I already did that.
No, she didn't. She didn't. Okay. I'm playing my heroic moment in hopes that I can pull this off. Hold on, I'm
Alright,
drawing a
well,
card.
you speak narratively, so...
As Lilith keeps her mouth shut,
I'm gonna talk
She just-
to her. I'll keep her distracted for you.
Lilith just kind of minds her own business walking up to the plant. Lilith can see the point where David had pricked himself. Is there any, like, blood still left over on it, I should ask?
Yeah, there's some.
Lilith, okay. I should have said Lilith went to go grab an empty bottle at first. And then Lilith sees where the blood is at, and she puts the leaf, she's able to prick the leaf herself in this moment. And puts, like, the edge that has David's blood into the bottle to be secured, so that way nothing happens to it, and they have some sort of David with them for the time being. She just kind of gives Madam seething looks as she's just minding her own, or as she's doing this. But as she walks away, she just kind of mentally gives Madam the middle finger without actually doing anything.
Yeah?
And has the bottle with David's blood in it, and has it, like, gripped and puts it in her pocket.
Okay, yeah, for sure. As you do that, she does nothing. You have now a piece. It was a fruit. It was like a cherry that had the barbs. So you grabbed that effectively and put it in the bottle.
And that has David's blood on it, correct?
Yeah, one of the barbs that poked poked David.
Okay.
What did these papers say again?
Which ones? Those ones looked. They had a list of ingredients on them. A lot of ingredients of, like, odd plant matter and things like that.
I'm gonna go in this room again, where I got mauled the first time.
Okay.
I'm going to follow Amelia, because then we can converse without having to worry too much of Madam listening to us, correct? Because the door can be closed?
Yeah. As you're closing the door, you just hear, "I'll be waiting for you at the end."
Such a pain. What's in this chest?
There's a load of, like, odd plant matter and things like that.
Do you want to get rid of the king again, by the way?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any, like, water or cauldron in this room?
There's a small bottle with a little bit of some water in it, yeah.
Do you want to try and make holy water?
We can absolutely try.
Make holy tea. What that means?
We could. It would extract the blood off of the leaf.
I want to see first if in that study there is a book about making holy water. Or do you think that's a waste of time?
Who, me, or?
No, Olivia, do you think that's a waste of time to go try and find a book that's filled with holy water?
Soggy book.
I mean,
To save time, I'll say inside of the apothecary, hidden, taped underneath part of the desk as you search frantically for any ingredients that could possibly make the holy water. There is a recipe. However, part of it includes an orange concoction that bubbled up.
Is there a recipe for the orange concoction?
There is not.
Even in
You're
that book I
welcome.
found with all the recipes for our competitor business.
Yeah, there wasn't recipes for it. It was business sales. They didn't have recipes and things like that.
Nemo. Is there anything, like any remnants of the orange on the table?
No, because it was in a flask itself. So it was not drank or made currently.
Lilith,
What?
you have a kid at home.
You can take care of that kid because I'm not leaving my brother.
He's gonna need someone
Well,
close to him. Will you take my dog?
Yeah, I would.
I trust that you'll take good care of him.
I will. Adam will love a dog.
I think it's time for you to go.
Well, shit.
I'm gonna walk out with her slowly to the skeleton door.
Okay.
Yep.
As the two of you make it to the main lobby room, standing beside the room is Madame Diken herself. Well, you two look like you've come to a consensus.
I'm just going to look her in the eye and say, privacy, please. Not a question, just a statement. Like,
By all
say,
means, take your time. There is no rush.
I'm just going to keep eyeing her down.
Oh, you wished for me to leave the room. Fine, fine. I was hoping to see you off, but I guess I'll be seeing at least one of you. And she goes into the dining room. And you start to hear...
This bitch. I think I'm gonna retire as a comedian and take over your shop. Move to Alaska with Adam and forget everything that happened here.
It's rather peaceful there.
I believe it.
Just make sure you get another dog. I don't know if my dog could help you get places.
Fair enough.
A whole family, at least.
Alright, Lilith walks up to the door.
Okay. As you do, the skeleton man that's there. Only one passes.
I'm gonna take one last ditch effort, look at him and say, are you sure?
It's the way of the house.
You don't have to be controlled by her.
I'm not.
So do you make the rules?
I do not.
So you are controlled by her.
I'm neither controlled nor in control.
Did you know there was someone fucking up your room in the other room? He's like destroying shit. You should maybe go check it out.
My room is this door.
But if you like to keep care of this house, you might want to go check out the guy that's, like, actually breaking down doors in the other place. Like, you want to talk about someone that's a threat to your job? That guy's doing your job way better. We won't even go back.
Thank you for the concern, but I must remain here.
But, like, who told you you have to remain here?
I have standards I used to live by.
God. Oh,
leave?
God.
Can you leave if you wanted to, or are you trapped here just like every other ghost?
I'm embedded into the door.
So? I'm gonna take two
don't
pieces.
have legs.
I'm gonna take 2 pieces of wood, and I'm gonna hold it up into a crash jam and go, "The power of Christ compels you," and then spit and hope that counts.
As you spit, it goes through him and clangs on the door.
Did it work? Is that enough holy water?
No.
Oh. Sorry,
I mean,
Amelia.
okay, I'm gonna look at Lilith. The one other option we have is going back and getting that vial from David.
My corpse! Loot my corpse!
But did David drink all of it is the question?
I chugged that baby.
But some of it was frozen, wasn't it?
No, I was swishing it around to break the ice crystals the whole time.
So David drank all of it is the thing. Correct, Tyler? Or no?
Effectively. Although neither of you would know that.
I don't know if I want to risk going back anyway.
I don't either. That's really risky.
If I need to, I'll go get it.
God, I don't want to do that.
It's time for you to go, Lilith. Adam needs you.
Alright. Lilith goes to the door.
I'm gonna stand.
Certain that this is your desire?
Unfortunately, yes.
Then enter. And he fades into the door, and you hear as the door splits and parts. Standing in this metallic room, at the one end of it, you see a void. A void of space with stars sparkling off in the distance. And you feel this pull drive you straight into the room. And the doors
Oh, shit.
Is that space?
Am
The
I gonna
final
die in
frontier?
space? Well, is there anything that Lilith can look at before she leaves?
apart from some crusted and destroyed, what look to be almost storage units, there's nothing else except a leap.
Well, Lilith just kind of makes her way. She doesn't know what else to do.
I'm gonna walk up to the door. See if there's any chance that I could get through. I'm assuming
Going up
not.
to it, even the skeleton man is gone as you go up to it. Placing your hands onto it, you feel for that crease. It's now solid plate. There's no crease in the door. There's no slab to open. It is effectively a wall that you are now standing in front of.
I'm gonna sit down with my back to the door. Just sit.
Lilith just looks off into space. Is this how I go? I guess I'll know. just kind of looks at the edge. I'm sorry, David. I'll tell Adam. And leaves.
As you fall forwards, expecting to tumble straight down into this sparkling devoid, you float into the distance, your footstep propelling you forwards. Over the shoulder, you see the expanse of space itself, with a small room itself getting further and further away. The space around you begins to shine softly, going brighter and brighter. And you see this spectral man emerge in front of you as everything goes into this darkened void, much like where you were once imprisoned with that shadow figure approaching you.
Lovely.
This is the way that time was supposed to come. With the souls of those left, this place does not require any more existence. With you comes the end of this Diken lineage. I thank you and do apologize for what you've lost. As the dark visage of the entire area begins to crack and crack and crack, it breaks away, and you see that shroud of greenery and trees coasting off into the distance with the sparkling sun being risen. You're standing looking over cliffside, the city that the Diken Manor once stood. When you turn over your shoulder, the entirety of the house is gone. In your pocket, you find a small amulet with a beating red gemstone in the center, with several jagged points of other red stones, and a small bottle encapsulating a fruit with a small dried drop of blood.
Lilith just doesn't know what to say or to do.
Back to life.
Other than to look back and swear that she's not a Diken anymore. Not knowing what else to do.
Lilith, as you stand, not wondering what to do, you feel a sense of drive towards your family, towards Adam, and a new canine companion to soon adopt and live the rest of your life with. Amelia, as you lay your head up against this plank, the door creaks open, wiping food from her mouth. I see, so this is what you chose to do. The one with a child, as family comes first. It seems
You guys hear
that...
my dad? Alright. I'm saying no. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It seems that this place will no longer have any more visitors. You released my husband's soul, and even took along a few other companions with you. Admirable. I guess it was all for the best. But now you remain here. I have nothing else to do. I don't think I have any reason to indulge myself anymore. If you have any other questions, then feel free to ask, but time will take its toll on you. There's nothing else.
I have just one question.
Well, feel free to ask anything.
Why?
When you live as a Diken, you live a certain lifestyle. That lifestyle can break the mind of those that just can't handle the Diken lifestyle. When you were born into it, and there are those that can't handle it, the livelihood that comes can end the life of others, much like what happened to me. Adam Diken, my husband, late as he was not a good man. And before I could stand in the way of what he was going to envision for our family, I spoke to a man who was at odds with our family. And bestowed a curse upon it. Did I know of the ramifications? No. No, not at all. But I wanted him to suffer. The family that came after, with his late wife, I wanted it to be torn from him. I wanted him to see just what he was making come crashing down before him. And it did for the longest of time before he was released this very evening. I don't regret it. My only regret is that I did not see him for the way he was. I lost my life in a tragic accident that was not so accidental. That's why I did it. Although you could say I did nothing to partake in it. Just that I was the embodiment of why he was imprisoned here. This place is built upon the Diken legacy and those that suffer around it.
Who was the wizard man?
He was the reason this place stood. With his soul imprisoned, he kept the foundation of the walls. He's who bestowed the curse on Adam. So by releasing him, returning a crystal, a fragment used in the ritual meant to imprison Adam here, he was released. So this place will never grow any further, and new denizens will never emerge. With the soul of Adam returned, the Diken legacy is gone.
How can I release Anna? Anna.
Oh.
My dear, she's my daughter.
Yikes.
Why do you lock her in that room?
Not by my choice. To save you some, we'll say, tear shed. I don't think that you'll have much in my regard. But Adam was not kind to not just me. And we'll leave it at that.
Do you promise to play with her?
Of course. I would play with her very often. Her and her delicate masks.
She loved Lilith.
Well, then maybe we can play characters alongside her. As I said, time will do its toll on you. You cannot eat the food here. There's no water for you to drink. Eventually you will pass. Much like David did.
Back.
Cutting to the epilogue.
Epilogue.
David,
Yes.
you find yourself coming back to consciousness. Standing amidst a room, tattered to the fullest regard of animals that need care, loving animals that are warm to the touch. But this room has
I'm
no
in
door,
heaven.
and the animals act the same way to you as any other.
I'm in purgatory, question?
To the outside view, if one were to enter this ceaseless door that does not exist for you, David, they would find a room littered from wall to wall in skeletal remains of animals. So to you, they seem real.
We were all eaten!
Lilith, as time passed and you began to wither due to malnourishment.
You mean Amelia?
Lilith or Amelia?
Amelia, sorry.
Okay.
Amelia, your vision comes to standing in a room that's filled to the brim with the scent of teas and coffees, as there's the sounds of grinding beans in the room. Your room is rather pleasant to you, and that sense of drive and placement like your one room was back in your home cafe. And that's where we're going to end this spooky one-shot. Thank you, Trei, for playing with me. I'm sorry that it became so heartfelt at the end. I'm sorry, hon. Do you need a hug?
You're a sick bitch.
Yeah, I hate you personally.
Like in my core.
Yeah.
But well done. But well done.
Very well done.
But I'm mad.
When you threw the holy water, I was like, oh no. Oh,
That was a bad
no.
God damn.
Oh. And then, even, because I had two, when you came back for the orange, I was like, oh god, don't drink it. Don't drink it. When you only saw the purple one and completely forgot about the orange, I was like, this is perfect. This is
Okay, but
perfect.
what made us lose
Call
the third
me at
person?
every
What
point.
made you
Yeah,
lose
what
the
made us-
third person was the fact that that door was not going to open without the key, and the key was with David on the other side.
What?
You could not get that crystal back from David's body because the doors were closed with David having the key on the other side.
So we can only get
It was
two people
broken
through
forever.
because of
Because the
the
crystal.
holy
teleporting
water.
crystal.
And
You
then
could
we
get
had
all
the
three
crystal.
out by using the holy water on the skeleton. You had two
I knew it!
chances for that.
The
Had you
instant we
gone-
got the holy water, I was gonna say pour it on the skeleton.
You could
Then
get
it'd been
two
over.
out using
20
the
minutes,
crystal.
done.
Oh my god, yeah, we could have been out of here in like 5 minutes.
Yeah!
However, you needed to do two things to release, to be able to escape. You needed to release the soul of Diken, of Adam Diken.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you would have been. Otherwise, you would have been brought back here again,
Oh god.
and the rooms would have been reassembled.
Yikes.
That
You
could've been a long
needed
night.
to also remove the elderly man who was holding the walls together. If he had stayed,
Oh.
you would not have been able to leap. He was the one that you gave the crystal to. The light crystal.
Oh. Yep.
If he had remained, the walls would have stood, and you would not have been able to leap through the spatial area.
Oh, is he the wizard then?
He was.
He's the wizard.
Can you show us the stuff that we didn't see?
Yeah, you really didn't miss a lot. You guys did everything realistically. The 3 rooms up here was more rooms. There was another room with a skeleton laced around the neck, kind of dangling in a post. It would have been shorter, not child, but probably like in late teens.
Where is this room?
Up in the
Top.
the top right. Those
Would
you
that
only
have-
missed 3 rooms.
So what was the point of the thing then?
Which thing?
The 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah.
If you were to have beaten this individual,
Mm-hmm.
the doors would have still closed. The words were hints in how to leave that this man did not know of.
Oh.
Where?
The blue man
What?
that stabbed David.
Oh.
He had 2 satchels that were his old friends as they were imprisoned in here.
Oh. Yikes.
One of which had a journal with the same lyrics written down. And you would have found a bandage kit amongst them. To escape that room, you would have had to climb the maw and use the rib cage to sneak along the path.
Yikes. Okay.
I
That
am
would've taken
so
you
mad.
2
I
minutes.
failed like at least 80% of the
You
rolls
really-
that I took.
I mean, you
You
didn't
really
have very
did.
good stats going into that. If the thing was only when the eye saw you, that's when the doors slammed closed. Because the 2 eyes are Madame Diken's.
Oh.
That's why the
okay.
laughter started to ring out after the other 2 of you stepped in. And that's why the doors swung open and the other ones slammed closed.
Gotcha.
if all three of you went into there at the same time, all three of you would have been in the same room with that blue man at the end.
Oh,
And
You
been
would have
much
been
easier
able
to fight.
Much
Yeah.
easier to a fight, especially when you have a king.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I like this system. I think it works very well for this exact horror scenario where you're slowly getting worse and worse. Much because if you're at 1 hit point in D&D, you can still do everything that you possibly can. In this, your percentage gets so low, it's like, I need to relax, I need to hide, I need to heal up. The ointment was if you were to have been stabbed by that rusty dagger, you would have needed the ointment to clean the wound because you would have
Okay.
began to have tetanus and start withering very rapidly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, 3, for playing. Thank you, everyone, for watching this spooky one-shot. I'm sorry that it got so heartfelt at the end. And I'm sorry it took so damn long. I was not expecting a 15-hour one-shot.
Whoops.
But
Abby.
We made it last.
you guys did. I enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed playing the Puppet Master in this. The Saw of this game.
You're sleeping on the couch.
I understand. I totally accept that. I'll snuggle the cat because you closed the door.
Not tonight.
Oh, you're gonna need the room open. Well,
Oh my god.
all these maps, well, a vast majority of them were by 2-minute tabletop. Incredible. By the way, the 7 on the door totally was just coincidence.
What was the 1-6 then? What the heck did that mean?
Yeah, what did the 1 and the 6 mean?
The
one
dice
and
that we
six,
rolled at the very
you rolled
beginning.
a 7.
Oh yeah, the
The
7.
dice only determined the number of people that
In
you
the-
would have met. The skeleton, Anna, Nemo, Madam Diken, Adam Diken, the wizard, Blue Man.
So you're
Well, what
saying
about-
that if we rolled a higher number, we would have had more people?
Not necessarily. That's why there's 2 more. The man that was
Nice
stabbed
guy.
with several things and the chop and stab guy,
What, a top guy.
those 2 were because you rolled 1 and 6. So
Whatever.
I had a combination of different rooms set up that I layered on top of each other.
Oh,
And I decided which, like, those rooms were there. The black and white rooms were there. The types of individuals in there were determined by your dice rolls. So if you rolled 3, there would have been 3 entities in there of different kinds, 1 through 6. If you rolled 2 of the
Yikes.
same dice, then there would have only been 1 of that individual. So you would have had the highest potential of rolling 3 different people. You just happened to roll 2 that were very unfortunate with each other.
Row.
wow.
I had a woman
okay.
that would have been able to sing to tend to your thoughtful ears, but damage your eardrums. Effectively a banshee.
Mm-hmm.
A child that would have stolen your things. A blind man who would have asked for aid, whom of which would have taken sight from you if you were to offer
Oh.
your help to him.
Oh,
So would not have affected you physically, but would have literally taken your sight and caused some very annoying circumstances for the remainder of the passage.
so yeah. Whoa.
And then one other one was actually docile, was a prisoner that if you had actually released, he would have given you, it would have, I wrote it down. He would have given you a collar that when worn would prevent the touch of specters.
Oh, so if Emily was wearing it, she wouldn't have been attacked by
Aw.
Nemo,
Right.
or she wouldn't have felt the effects of Nemo.
Would not have been touched by Nemo because Nemo would have been repelled back. the moment that she tried to touch. This does not
Gotcha.
affect Adam Diken because Adam Diken affected your shadows. It would not
Right.
affect Madam Diken because Madam Diken is not a specter. There was a way
She ate your soul.
to make the elderly man mad at you. And that was if you
Oh.
were to enter the room without one of the crystals. If
Huh.
the first person to enter that room didn't have either the teleportation crystal or the light crystal, you would have enraged him and he would have slammed the book. Or he would have drawn things from the book to affect you.
Oh my god.
So I got lucky with walking into the room
The
first.
only
with the
one that
fucking
wouldn't
warming
have
crystal.
been okay would have been Amelia, because Amelia didn't have either crystals.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was lucky. All right.
2 instances of luck. David was the
Mhm.
only one that would have been affected by Anna, and Amelia was the only one that would have been affected by Mr. Wizard,
Spectre.
With no crystal.
with no crystal.
Huh.
Did things in the correct order except for the gas mask, which would have been.
The gas mask, I'll be honest, I actually didn't even see that when I was looking over it, so I just came up with that.
Oh, okay.
The
Fair enough.
use of it would have been, as you wore it, you would have been able to breathe in hot air a lot easier, but not expel it. So basically, you'd take in cold air, get hot air. So you'd breathe
Interesting.
warmly. You just didn't wear it. It looked like a gas mask, but you didn't wear it, so it didn't give you that effect. But you drank the potion anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered.
And then I died, so it double wouldn't have mattered.
Exactly. Of the people to go to the Blue Man, you were definitely the weakest.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was
Thinking at the
pretty-
beginning of becoming like a strength build.
Well,
Maybe
the
I
thing is
should've.
that if you had killed the man, you would have gotten his knife, which adds 20 to your combat and 20 to damage.
So I could have turned around and stabbed them. No.
I mean, with only 2 being able to escape at that point, the weapon was completely viable. The game, I was also telling Olivia this, the game almost ended 5 minutes into the game because Olivia almost went straight through the door alone.
I know.
And the game would have been over because A, she wouldn't have escaped, she would just be imprisoned in there. And B,
Oh.
nothing would have happened. The door would have just slammed closed, and you would have been trapped in there.
And we wouldn't be
Oh.
able to try and because the door is just shut since we already went in. So it's not like David and I could
Oh.
figure out a way to get in.
And the skeleton would have been gone, so using holy water at that point would have been useless. The game literally could have ended 5 minutes into the game.
And if that happened.
I would have been so angry.
If that happened, we would have rewound time, and I would have applied a penalty to Olivia's character.
Yikes.
Restart. Try again.
Restart, try again,
Try
except
again.
now you suck more.
Your luck is at 40 now.
Your luck
No,
that was
barely
actually my
meant
thing. Your
anything.
luck would have been set to not 40, 30.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Because you were unlucky.
you're unlucky now. You had a vision of what would have happened. The skeleton
my
man peered into your eyes and you felt a piece of you get sucked away. Something, I don't know. I was hoping to
You lose
God
a
you weren't
hand.
going through it. And then Trey goes, well, there's other rooms. Let's not go through our one
No,
option
that
room.
was Amelia. Emily.
Oh,
said
was
that.
it Emily?
Yeah,
I can't
Emily
remember
was
if
like,
he or she said it.
let's check the other rooms first. And was like, okay, fair.
Yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been
Instant
real
death.
bad. This might actually be part 6 because now we're running on 3 hours of this recording. I might chop it into 2.
Alright.
Well, this
Well,
is definitely the
good
longest
game.
one shot. I'm glad
Just
that
have-
you 3 were
Just
here.
have like, I was gonna say, just have like a moment where like you zoom into my screen and it's just like she's legitimately crying.
Oh yeah, no, you had genuine tears coming down.
Did you
Don't be
expect us
offended by
to?
me not crying, because I just don't cry in these situations.
No, I don't expect anyone. I don't go into this attempting to make people cry.
People always got really upset because, like, I don't cry during situations I should be crying. I cry in situations I shouldn't be crying. I don't cry in situations I shouldn't be.
Like with the spiders.
Right. Right.
So I was talking about instant death. The spider room was one of them.
Oh wow.
David,
So,
you were dangerously close from instantly dying in that room. If they didn't pull you, the spiders would have.
Oh shit.
A way to bring people back to life?
What?
You cut out there, but I think I know what you're saying. Was there a way to bring someone back to life?
Yeah, thought you mentioned that.
There was, if the wizard man wasn't gone.
Oh.
Okay, huh. Yeah, I wasn't up for. I left because I was like, we should not waste our question on him.
Yeah, so effectively, if you had died before they gave him the crystal, then your spirit would have still been in this place at that time. I would have had you actually play out a certain role, and effectively, your soul could still have attempted to leave. You would still count as a physical creature, and only one person could go through the door. But slowly, your mentality traits would start to fall away.
Oh, good
And
thing
if
I had
those-
like 150 of them.
Right. If those reached 0, then your soul was imprisoned here. But since there was no way to bring you back, your soul was just imprisoned there.
Okay.
Who just died?
Yep.
But what happened to Lilith? Did Lilith find Adam again and live out her days?
Mm-hmm. Lilith lived out her days with Adam and your dog in your home cafe in Alaska.
Yeah, like Lilith just dropped everything about being a comedian. She's like, fuck that, nope, we're done.
I think it would be hard to be a comedian after what you just witnessed.
Yeah.
And what you've gone through. But yeah.
She's content with that cafe.
The other things, I guess, that were left off, eating one of the fruit would have caused extreme physical pain, like
Oh god.
40 points of physical damage.
I would have died instantly.
Are you serious?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
then you would have
Seriously?
if you ate it, yes.
Oh no, I would
would've.
have had 10 dexterity left. I would have almost died instantly.
I would have died. Flat. Died.
I would not have died. I would have been the only one to be able to eat the fruit.
I have 40 and 35 as
Yep.
my physical mod.
Eating it,
I've got 60 and 60, yeah.
eating it would have been able to allow you to see the entirety of the open field.
Oh, so
Oh,
you're
oh.
saying that if Lilith would have eaten it, she would have been able to see everything?
Everything on the map.
Oh,
I would have had to do some finagling. I would have had to have Emily and Trey both leave so that way I could show you the entire map.
gotcha. Okay. But yeah, in that case, Lilith would have been the only one to have been able to eat that fruit.
No, I would have
David
survived
could
with
have as
10
well,
left.
but David would have only had 10 dexterity left.
Yeah, Lilith had 60 and 60, so she could have.
David would have
Easily
been down
split that up.
to 10 and 30, I'm guessing?
30.
30. So yeah, your
40.
combat would have been 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, no, you guys did everything else. If you had not done the barrels, so I had in total 3 different ways for you to get everyone out. Holy
Okay.
watering the skeleton was one of them.
Mhm.
Creating a second holy water as a backup was the second. The third was that punched in with the rod's man. When he went into that room with the hammer and the other specter, the specter was gone. It would vanish.
Right.
Had the barrels remained, he would have been able to stand on the barrels and climb out.
The angry dude?
Mm-hmm. If he made it into the living area, the beginning room, the skeleton would vanish while he was in that room.
Oh, okay. Evil.
There would have been no way for him to get up there, though.
There would
But
have been
he
no
had
way
his
for him to get
hands
up there anymore because the barrels were destroyed when you used them to escape.
But because he.
But
Because
he punched
he's
them.
blind. He only reacts to sound. So when he heard you guys climb the barrels to get out, he heard the barrels and attacked that. If you didn't use the barrels to get out, say you used the rope beforehand, you wouldn't have had to use the barrels. He would have eventually found them and heard you outside.
Oh.
There were several things
that-
that I tailored to that. If David were to be, if somebody had enough presence that was too low with Anna, she would have screamed and the entirety of the room would have shaked and the doors would have closed. The screaming would tailor the man to run out of the black and white room if he had a way out. But because of several instances, same with the laughter would have done the same thing. But because he had no way to leave, he was just stuck there.
Why would
The
the
other
chop
barrel
cut
that
not attract him?
Why was
The
it? Because
chop
the scream, the sound would have resonated throughout the place, and the
Okay.
man would have heard it. The order that you guys did things caused the barrels to break, because that was your only feasible way to get out. The alternative would have been to sacrifice somebody by vaulting the other person up while that person attempted to hide until somebody else was able to grab them or something. So since two people were down, the lean off the edge to lift somebody up would not have worked. Because that was your other alternative, was to have somebody dangling off the edge, one person leaping. It would have required a multitude of rolls as well. It would have required a dex check from the person on the ground, a strength check from the person on the back. It would have required a series of rolls to get out. But it would have been possible, and that would have resulted in the man being able to climb out, which would have affected several specters. The only two people that it wouldn't have affected was Madame Diken and the Blue Man. If you had actually gotten him to the Blue Man, they both would have fought.
The death.
The Blue Man probably would have won because he had a knife.
Didn't the other guy have like armor?
He didn't have armor, he just had rods embedded into him, and he was just...
Oh.
The aspect of him is that he's blind, his mentality is all down to 0, but his physicality is up immensely because he's just locked in adrenaline because of the pain. That was a torture chamber, and that was a torture victim. So, yeah.
Yikes.
Other than that,
I also didn't mean to start crying, I should add on. Like, that was just, like, pure stress and, like, shit.
Nope, I get that. Otherwise, you guys did everything else. You guys really did everything else.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here's my one criticism of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that every once in a while. Well, hold on. Specifically with the rods guy, we were essentially punished. We were unable to explore. That's what I mean by punished. For our curiosity with the pins guy. So he blocked off, really, our ability to see more rooms. And that's kind of like the antithesis of what we were doing.
I can get that.
My
I
only
did have a thing for it. Those
Cool.
caged rooms, that's how you escaped him to begin with. Because he chased you down the hall, and you had to hide from him. If you had hid in rooms, he would have eventually lost interest if he didn't initially find you. That'd be running the risk of him finding you. That would be a stability check on your part to stay silent under the fear of this massive man with rods embedded out of him. That's how you would have been able to travel. I definitely get what you're saying. I was not expecting you guys to go straight to that room the moment you went into here. But,
Right.
but yeah, that was the aspect of it that I was envisioning was a lot more of he's in the room. Instead of running, we hide. Because that was the reason why he just kept chasing you, is because you just kept running from him.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there wasn't...
My
Sorry,
other
keep going.
criticism, sorry, would be that, like, maybe only one person in a group can use a card at a time, because the fact that we could all use cards caused a lot of crits.
That's true.
Made it really easy to succeed.
Okay.
And sometimes failure causes some really cool storytelling. But I don't think that was a you, I think that's a gameplay thing.
That's a
And
good
maybe
idea.
we
That's
could
an
change.
understandable aspect of it.
I kind of agree with Emily on that one. I kind of felt that as well. I was like, well, I could easily just get myself up to a crit, which is what I did a few times, and can't lie that, didn't take that opportunity, but it's at the same time, it's just like, it was too easy to get a crit all the time. Yeah.
I think so. I think, especially alone, it becomes almost too difficult.
Well, you
And
also
right.
were stuck doing things that your percentage was not good at. You were doing things
yeah,
like
but I
strength
failed
and
like a
dexterity.
million. I failed like a million brain power checks too.
That is true,
I think
too.
if it's just like one person can assist at a time, would even make it better, because the amount of times that we all stacked our cards to crit.
So, like, the person
But
who's
then-
doing it, and then one additional person, not everyone.
Yeah, not everyone.
Not everybody plays a card, yeah.
So 2,
Yeah.
not 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
because
makes
it's
sense.
the second we brought in the third person, it was super easy to build up.
That's true.
Yeah.
It depended on the
Or-
cards, too. But, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, because someone always had a card that was like, here, re-roll, and then I'll add my card on.
Or here, take this heroic moment.
And
The
heroic
heroic
moment's
moment.
fun when you don't get all of them.
Yeah, I wish I had one. I could have survived.
You could have.
You could have. And that's why I asked if I could play a card behind the door to assist you, because I had that heroic moment, and it was just like, could I give this to Trei?
If there was a moment after the combat, if David survived that combat check, David would have been able to slide the key to you.
Gotcha.
If somebody was pulling the door, because there was a little gap in the door. That's why it gave shove when you pushed it. If one person was shoving it, the gap would have widened. You would have been able to put the key into it, take the key, open the door, and then haul ass, or attempt to. Anyways,
Gotcha.
but yeah.
Uh,
No, I like that. I
I
like
like
the
this gameplay.
I like the
That's good.
system. It's interesting. There's definitely there's other things to it. It definitely has like a few other stats to it that I just didn't use. I thought that was kind of unnecessary given the horror status, because there was other ones that are combined aspects of all of them. Like there's one called the core. You're like a core check, which I'm guessing is supposed to be for if you were to fall unconscious or something. It's all 5 of your stats combined and then divided by 5.
Oh. Yeah.
Well,
That's weird. But I liked the fact that there was no HP or like initiative in this sense. It was more. I like the fact that it was very storytelling based and puzzling.
It's called the Vizor Role Playing System. It's designed all around role playability. And the aspect of reducing stats for damage, that was an idea that I took from Betrayal at House on the Hill. They actually state in the PDF, you can have hit points that's based off of your
Right.
strength and dexterity or core or whatever. But alternatively, it's usually wrapped around your core check, which would then, I would imagine, your core check getting more difficult to stay alive for certain things, but I'm not sure. It didn't specify that in the book. I just think that would make more sense. But for the aspect of horror, I just divided them between mental and physical.
when you mentioned that we could go insane by losing all of our sanity points, I feel like that was by far underused, in which we were way in way more danger of physical harm than mental harm.
There were a few aspects of. I mean, the other thing is too is that all of you were so mentally stacked. There's 3
Because
stats
we were
for
afraid
mental.
of going insane.
There's 3 stats for mental, and there's only 2 stats for physical.
Yeah.
It was mental damage with the shade, which if you were prolongingly stuck in there, it would have been pretty bad. The girl would have done mental damage to you with her screaming and clawing at you.
Mhm.
The chop and cut, the longer you would have stayed in there, the more it
Yeah.
would have stacked up. It would have started at 5, then gone to 10, then gone to 15. A lot of things were incremental.
Would also say, because we weren't doing, like, I don't know what it's called in normal D&D, because obviously I don't play, but instead of, like, going in turns, because we were all going freefall, it made it extremely unclear how long it would take for us to take damage, which also was not fun.
I gotcha.
If you could, like, tell, like, this many steps, or this many turns, you're gonna take damage, then that would make more sense. Do it more strategically.
With the cold room, when you were in the room with the eye intensified the cold. That's why you were
Yeah,
damage faster in there.
I figured that out.
This gameplay would be so much fun to do, like, a Clue mystery game.
Honestly, like, it would be cool. It would be cool.
Mhm.
So,
Like, it would be so much fun.
Yeah, if we could throw like 4 people in here and just because I liked that. Sorry, this is just me like throwing ideas around.
No, I like it.
Clue mystery, but there's again all mental stats where your characters need to figure it out, and there's no like physical threats because I thought the physical threats were my least favorite thing, and it was more the oh look Anna, what do we do with her? Or the physical
Right.
threat in the like crystal area was also cool because we were like him. We have to do something with him. But the other ones were like passive. Those ones weren't as fun. But in the clue area where you don't have to deal with magic, and it's just that and maybe a murderer
Right.
that you might have
Like-
to deal with or
Right,
traps.
figure out who killed who.
Exactly.
And how they killed him, and then in what room they killed him. Like, literally the Clue game in this role-playing sense. It would be wicked fun.
Well, I
I've
think-
looked into some Phoenix Wright business of making a different murder mystery sort of deal with that. I don't think it would be too difficult to probably make a storyline with hidden rooms, things like that, and stuff. I think that'd be pretty
Like-
fun, yeah. Like
I like the puzzle solving type of stuff.
yeah, like
and it's all mental.
yeah,
all
no,
mental,
no, like,
I think would be
physical
interesting.
threat apart from being murdered.
Yeah, and maybe traps set around the place.
Right.
That could be cool, like, getting a clue wrong could harm your mental damage. Seeing a dead body harms your like,
Right,
mental
lowers-
stats.
It's like sanity levels.
Yeah, essentially sanity levels. That could be
Wow.
very cool. I would volunteer for that.
Oh, now we're
that'd be-
just chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
let's,
just sitting around.
Let's end this here. Thank you everyone for listening and watching this. This was fun. I had an idea of possibly doing something similar to where it's. I was telling Olivia this. I was debating on making sort of like, I guess, a series of this where those that don't escape build onto the rooms themselves and make it larger. So since David and Lilith were imprisoned here, those
Amelia.
Amelia, damn it. Since those two didn't make it, their rooms would then expand this layer, and then other people who would be imprisoned would go out.
I have a room idea.
Oh, no, he's just getting down every door now. He didn't even come in.
But thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you again on another misrolled adventure.